Number 10. Catacombs. Paris, France today is best known for its beauty and fine architecture, which includes the Eiffel Tower. For this reason, it is one of the most visited cities in the world for honeymooners. But beneath the cement city lined with miles of cobblestone road, there is something deeper and more dark. When nearby French ossuaries became overcrowded, the deceased were taken to underground catacombs, which served as their final resting place. When last counted, researchers determined that some 6 million corpses were being stored down there. In many ways, the Roman catacombs are very similar. During their persecution, Catholics would take refuge underground in order to continue attending Mass and receiving the sacraments. Hundreds killed were buried there, and the Catholic Church now recognizes some of those courageous men and women as saints. Both of these places can be seen as doors to the past that today often remind us of our impending mortality. Number 9. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Centralia, Pennsylvania is a town like no other. It was once a prosperous mining town that was rich in resources and employment. On one particular day in 1962, a group of miners accidentally caught the mines beneath the town on fire. Also in the area was a huge town landfill, which only added more power to the flames. Ever since that fateful day, Centralia has been burning and is destined to continue for well over the next century. Surprisingly, several people are still living there and get to experience smoke seeping through the ground on a daily basis. This soon-to-be ghost town is a popular spot for thrill seekers and residents of neighboring towns. Number 8. The Hellingly Hospital. Hellingly Hospital is located in East Sussex, England. It truly is a real-life lunatic asylum that appears to have come straight out of some horror flick. The building was opened in 1903, and up until its closing, lobotomized and electrocuted its patients. By today's standards, these methods would be considered stertorous. Both of these treatment procedures would be later proven to have drastic negative effects on the individual. In 1994, the hospital finally closed its doors and has remained abandoned ever since. Nowadays, only daring photographers and those looking for mischief set foot on its grounds. Number 7. The Door to Hell. The Door to Hell is a field of natural gas reserves located in Turkmenistan. It is known for its natural gas fire, which has been continuously burning for the past 4 decades, since it was lit by Soviet petrochemical scientists in 1971. The acrid smell given off by this fiery abyss keeps many curious visitors at bay. Local legend addresses the topic, and the door to hell is regarded by some as an actual gateway connecting to a world nothing like ours, filled with misery and suffering. The former president of Turkmenistan vowed he would have it filled in, but the door to hell still remains fully intact today. Number 6. The Island of Dolls. The Island of Dolls is likely the world's creepiest and scariest tourist attractions known to man. This god-forsaken island was never meant to accommodate sightseers, yet the history surrounding it both entices and eludes the masses, virtually pulling people in to take a closer look. Located near Mexico City, Mexico, the island is dedicated to the lost soul of a young girl who prematurely met her fate when she drowned in the surrounding water. Soon after the incident, dolls began floating in the water. For the past 50 years, a local man began to collect the miniature figures and hung them, scattered around the island. They remain untouched to this day and serve as a twisted memorial for all those to see. To top it off, the man who spent his life hanging these dolls was recently found dead in the same body of water as the young girl. Number 5. Lome's Voodoo Market. Lome's Voodoo Market is located in Togo, Western Africa. It is one of the largest suppliers of voodoo paraphernalia in the world. Here you can find all of your daily voodoo needs, from dolls to piles upon piles of animal skulls, which include monkeys, crocodiles, and even snakes. In this part of the world, they believe animal remains repel bad or unwanted spirits. Because of all the superstition and supposed paranormal activity taking place in this small corner of the world, it is said to be a meeting place for those wishing to contact lost relatives and is home to an uncountable number of ghostly encounters. Number 4. The Overtoun Bridge. Located near Scotland's village of Milton, the mysterious Overtoun Bridge is a structure where no living human has ever died in any suspicious way whatsoever over several decades. However, it has come to our attention that over this span, and for reasons we simply cannot understand, hundreds of dogs have killed themselves here. To the best of our knowledge, it appears that dogs have been plunging off of Overtoun Bridge since the early 1960s at a rate of more than one animal per month. Witnesses have seen them simply climbing up the guardrail and then leaping to their doom into a stream below. Likely, the most compelling reason as to why this has been occurring is that the air holds some essence they crave. Number 3. Zhi Resort. If you were to cross a series of abandoned UFO-shaped buildings with a plethora of mysterious deaths covered up by the government, then you must be thinking of the Zhi Resort. This ghost town can be found just outside of Taipei, or in your worst nightmares. This exclusive resort was supposed to be occupied by upper-class individuals looking to burn through some fast cash. Construction on the site started in the 1980s, but was quickly shut down after many baffling on-site fatal accidents. Most information is supplied by locals because the Taiwan government does their best to keep the incidents low-key for reasons unknown. The 90 abandoned pods stand there day after day growing mold that only adds to the off-balance feel given off by the surrounding land and the spirits that are believed to haunt the incomplete town. Number 2. Pripyat Ukraine. Pripyat Ukraine should bring back some old memories to the Call of Duty fans out there. During the game's 4th installment, an entire campaign level was devoted to this deserted town. What many people likely did not know is that the place actually exists. This nuclear power plant, founded in the 1970s, once housed more than 50,000 people. In 1986, there was a somewhat minor malfunction in the Chernobyl reactor, which caused the city to be evacuated. Despite this section of the radioactive zone now being open to the public, it is rarely explored. According to sources, the town even has a nursery whose floors are currently lined with baby shoes and abandoned dolls. This place was also equipped with a once fully operational amusement park, which only adds to the place's creepy and horrific feel that it gives off. Number 1. Auschwitz-Birkenau. Auschwitz-Birkenau is one of the most well-known Nazi extermination camps used during World War II. Over 1.1 million men, women, and children died there. Most were of Jewish or Catholic descent. Each day, thousands of people walked the barracks and corridors where these prisoners were enslaved. Most days began at 4 a.m. for roll call and ended after 12 hours of back-breaking work, where no more than 700 calories of rations were supplied to each prisoner. Many people died of disease or famine, others as a result of experimentation done by Nazi scientists, and many more were killed in the gas chambers or were subject to some form of execution. Auschwitz is an unbelievable and spine-tingling place to visit, with a deep and moving history behind it. Today, it serves as a reminder as to what can happen when the citizens lose control over their government. With this in mind, remember that if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. Like these top 10 videos? Subscribe by clicking the annotation here and give our video a like. Have an idea for a future top 10? Leave a comment in the section below